Hi, my name is Adina James, and I am back with video number 3 in our 3-part video series in this attachment healing bundle. So this is the video that answers, why does all this actually change someone's attachment system instead of just giving them a nice moment? Okay, we're going to talk about what makes an experience corrective, helping it go just from insight to felt security, actually changing who the client is. So the purpose of this video is to clarify what actually creates attachment change, differentiate emotional moments from corrective experiences, emphasize the therapist's presence, pacing, and repetition, and show how the wheel supports secure response rehearsal over time. Okay. So at this point, you could be wondering, haven't we already done the work? We've identified the strategy, we've slowed the moment, we've accessed the emotion. So what's left? What's left is that emotional access alone is necessary, but not sufficient. There's one last little part. Attachment heals through repeated, emotionally held experiences of doing this with you and hopefully other securely attached people in their lives over time. So security isn't something we explain, it's something we help clients feel while they are in that core emotion state. So what makes an experience corrective and not simply emotional? An experience becomes corrective when the emotion is accessed in relationship, the client is not alone with it, and their nervous system registers, this time feels different. This time I'm not alone. This time I'm being supported, I'm being held. Someone is here with me who cares, who is not going to leave me, and we are going to get through this together. So insight can happen alone. Regulation can happen alone. Attachment repair generally cannot. You need another person. Corrective experiences require emotional presence, attuned responsiveness, enough closeness to be felt, and enough pacing to stay tolerable. It's not just that the client feels sad, but it's that they feel sad and they are experiencing in the moment with you, another human being with a nervous system, that they are not abandoned in that moment, that they're not alone. They're with you. Okay. Your presence is a primary intervention. It's you being there. You being there alone. Your nervous system is the scaffold that this client needs. This wheel, these two attachment styles wheel and attachment healing wheel, they're important. They provide the psychoeducation, but they don't replace it. They don't replace you and that experience of healing that the client needs to have with you as a person. So the stance that you can use to help support this healing in your client is to stay regulated, stay curious, be non-rushed, and be willing to stay close without fixing. Some language you can use to portray that to the client could sound like, I'm right here with you, we can take this slowly, you don't have to do this alone, and I can feel how important this is. And just to reassure you, you don't need the perfect words. It's really okay. It's your being with that matters more than saying the exact right thing or these phrases verbatim. All right, section 3, helping clients tolerate closeness. This can be the hardest part. This can be a difficult part. So one thing you can do is just name the paradox. Clients want connection and feel threatened by it at the same time. Common client reactions at this stage can be pulling back after vulnerability, minimizing the experience, feeling exposed or embarrassed, or wanting to move on. That's okay. Just know if you notice that happens, and that's okay. And a good thing to do is just to name that and normalize it and validate it and welcome it with your client. You could do that by saying something like, noticing the urge to pull away makes a lot of sense. something about feeling seen feels risky. If you're willing, let's stay with this just a little longer. That way we can slow it down and we don't have to decide anything right now. What you are doing there is the work. Just being in that lingering, that tolerating closeness is the work. It's not a detour from the work. You're doing it by just being there with them in those kind of push-pull moments. The therapeutic arts arc supported by these wheels is this: awareness of activation, the emotion, finding that emotion beneath their old strategies, naming the need that they have, then being emotionally met in that place and rehearsing new responses. This doesn't really necessarily happen in one session. It happens over time. You could have several sessions in a row of just building rapport, befriending their strategies and defenses, neutralizing shame, and you need several sessions of these corrective emotional experiences. And this wheel is a map. It's not a mandate, and it's also not linear. We go up and down and in and out and in all different ways through it. Attachment security develops through experience, not completion, getting to a certain point. Okay. Secure response rehearsal, why practice matters. This is one of the key differentiators here in this video, is that insight doesn't automatically create new behavior. The new behavior will come from clients practicing that staying present in emotion, staying present in connection. Examples of secure rehearsal are naming a need out loud, like in video 2, when you ask them, what does that younger you need? And they are able to name it out, not only name it out loud, but then also give it to themselves there with you. Staying with eye contact, imagining asking for reassurance, and letting care land without deflecting. Some language you could use to help this along could sound like, what would it be like to say that need directly? Can we imagine staying present instead of pulling away? How would secure you respond here? Okay. Yeah, using the wheel moment by moment, live and not conceptually. So how to use this in session, again, could look like noticing their activation, slowing the moment, naming the part of them that comes up as their protector, accessing that core emotion, clarifying what they need, helping them clarify what they need, and then staying present with them while that need is met. And then, of course, deepening that, talking about what that was like, what that felt like to them, what it means like to them, and what it could mean for future them, that they can do this and do it again and again. This wheel it's really important. It's important in vivo, in the moment, and it's important as homework, but not only as homework, not as psychoeducation alone. It's important as just as a map for moving from insecure to secure. So just to normalize, a change is non-linear. Clients will regress. Old strategies will reappear. This doesn't mean failure. This is normal. Some language you could use to help normalize this with your clients could sound like, that makes sense. This is a well-worn pathway. The fact that you noticed it sooner matters, and we're building something new together over time. They could use the wheel in session to notice activation, to name their needs, and to bring those experiences back into therapy. Some common stuck points that you could notice, and this is just for reassurance on your part. Intellectualization on the part of the client is a common one. That's okay, happens. You can name it and ask them to return to the body. What do you notice right now that you feel, like actually, literally, physiologically, and where in your body do you feel it? Shame, if that occurs, that's okay. Normalize why it's occurring and their attachment needs. Flooding, that's okay, that happens. Breathe together, slow down, prioritize grounding and safety. Therapist urgency, maybe some of your own dysregulating. That happens. That's okay. Be kind to that in yourself. So take a moment to say internally to yourself, that's okay. You're human too. I love you, and I'm caring for you at the same time. Just to repeat, attachment repair happens through being with, not doing more. Okay. So, to recap, video 1 helped you to recognize, video 2 helped you to go inward, video 3 helps you build security over time. When clients feel repeatedly met while they're emotional, while they're in those core emotions, something fundamental shifts, not because they understand attachment intellectually, but because they experience themselves as safe in connection with us. Thank you very much, and you take care. That's the end.